if the opportunity came, I'm like, yeah, I'm taking a chunk out of it. I want a piece of that blade.
This is the last chance I'm going to get at designing a Hypershock for a toy, so it had to be perfect.
They knew that they couldn't really go weapon to weapon, so they went weapon to side of weapon.
We hit the jackpot in Vegas.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Outside of the Box. And this is the April 20th event preview for NHRL. And I've assembled a group of folks here who are going to be competing and really excited to talk about all of the robots. So welcome, everyone.
Yeah.
April Norwalk.
Yeah, excited to be here.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Well, first of all, just in case folks watching don't know everyone, I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to go around and introduce themselves. Now, Corey's been on my show more than most, but so I'll start with Corey just because, I mean, like, if you don't already know Corey, you haven't watched my show, so.
Hey everyone, I'm Corey Nason. For April, I'm going to be 1/3 or 1/4 of Battle Tots, and I'm going to be 1/2 of Mystery Machine. Very excited to be here.
I'm very excited for those entries. Chris.
All right, hi there. I am Chris. I'm gonna be competing under a pot called Power Surge 2. And I'm on Team Stamina. And let's hope it works.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Tell me.
Now I will shoot it over to Jaaron.
Hi, I'm Jaaron Leveson. I'm gonna be bringing Red Panda if all my parts come in on time, and I'm gonna be helping out with Waddles, bringing a few little upgrades here and there.
Awesome. Daniel.
All right. Hi, I'm Dan Yoshino. I'm running the bot Woodpecker for this event, which is a drill bot, currently ranked last all time. Fun fact. And I'm part of the Brandeis University team, so I'll be helping out with all the bots as well.
Awesome. Gabe.
Hi, I'm Gabe. I'm one of the two builders of Clyde, the 3-pound flamethrower. I was also on the Waddles team last year, but since then I'm graduated and left the team to the newer members of the WPI Icon Robotics Club like Jaaron. I'm also on the BattleBots team, hopefully BattleBots team Fireball.
Sweet. And lastly, Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I am debuting. I'm having my Norwalk debut with a robot called Who Cares? I actually have it right here. And I'm from WPI, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm only doing this because my friends do it, and I thought, hey, sure.
Gotta love that peer pressure. That's exactly how I got started in building after many, many months of saying I will never build a robot. But you eventually get talked into it. So, well, I am really excited for April, for sure. I kind of I tend to do want to go through the different divisions and talk about the field and what we can expect for what is out there. So I'm going to go into the 30-pounders first, just because that's, I don't know that it's the fewest. I mean, 30s and 12s both have obviously considerably less than the beetle weights do. But anybody who wants to talk about the 30-pound field and start off that discussion.
I have one name to go right off the bat. Megatron. JMO's back. And he's probably going to terrify everyone.
Probably,
Getting us back and thirsting for blood.
Exactly.
I will say that I briefly considered asking JMO to come on this episode and like jump on 15 minutes after we started just randomly. But I wasn't gonna jump scare everybody like that. So
That would have been pretty terrifying. Yeah, we've been over here with Waddles. We've been doing our due diligence. We've been studying some Megatron fights, looking around quite a bit. We've got a few little special things cooking up. I can't really talk about too much, but this will be. I think I can say this. We're bringing a Waddles version 2.5. Same old Waddles, but we've got a few pretty critical changes coming up. And we're really excited to see what it's going to be able to do.
Yeah.
Oh, and we've got a new driver behind the wheel. We've got Connor Howard. He runs the robot Comet. He's run Plot Twist Turbo. This will be his first event behind the wheels with Waddle and his first event captaining. So I'm excited to see where we can take this robot this event.
Waddles looks really exciting. I've seen a decent bit of it as it's been this newest version is being made, and the drive in particular, it's going to be crazy fast, and it's going to get everything working right. It's going to really move and deliver some big hits. I'm super excited to see it.
If you
Also-
thought Waddles was fast, just wait until you see new Waddles.
It'll be fast.
Also, wasn't Connor a house robot driver at one point? I know he drove Brett at
Yes,
one point.
Connor was a house robot driver for 3 years or so, and he competed first in January of last year of 2023.
Nice. Yeah, so he'll have a lot of experience. He's got years of experience, so that's gonna really help.
Yeah, he took first place in mass destruction in December of last year. He's been to quite a few events, and I think he can. I think he can do good on the sticks.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely one to watch.
Do you guys have any insight into what Barbie and Ken are?
Oh yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah.
What are we allowed to say?
I don't think any of it's that secret. It's made by Brian Boxall and James. So they're obviously two very experienced builders. It's a multibot. The style is going to be S tier. They've got everything painted. It's all Barbie themed. It's all beach
Oh
themed.
yeah.
It's fantastic. It's going to be a fan favorite right off the bat, and it's going to
You
be.
guys have seen the weapons in the Discord. We've got a big old drum, a big old beater. The theming is, it's sky high. And very excited to see it.
I can promise blonde wigs.
I was going to say, my question is, will there
Blonde
be
wigs and good
costumes?
costumes.
There has to be costumes.
There will be costumes. There will be costumes, shirts, everything. Yes.
Who's gonna be Barbie and who's gonna be Ken?
Brian
I
is Barbie, James is Ken.
I
Yeah.
can't
Can I
even
say that?
keep that straight.
Okay. Yeah, Brian is Barbie,
Right.
James is Ken.
If I remember correctly, there was a pretty heated debate over who gets what, and I think the deciding factor was James would be able to wear a tank or something.
It's in character.
That's fair.
There are two also that I think should be discussion. Two BattleBots team. Outrucker from Duck is bringing Goose, and Zoe's driving Moccasin, which is obviously Ricky's builder, bought that 130s in new bots.
I'm
So,
really excited to see
more battles.
Moccasin.
Moccasin will be interesting. They're down Ricky, I believe, because he has to, go do his job. So, unfortunately, he has to go do his job. So we'll see where Moccasin goes. I've been talking with them a little bit, and they've also got a few little things coming. I don't know that much though, but
I've heard bits and pieces about the other one because actually, fun fact: Hannah Rucker, Hal's daughter, goes to Brandeis and is on our team.
Oh, cool.
wow.
Nice.
I don't think she knows much about the bot either. It's I know that it started life as a 3-pound and has just kind of been rising in weight as have kept going. So I have no idea what it's going to be, but I know it's going to be very interesting.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, it's about time Hal came over to Norwalk. I'm really happy to see Hal finally come over here.
Yeah, this is the first time he's competed at Norwalk, right?
Yep, first time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We've got the two Robo Jackets coming back. We've got Anxiety and Tsunami. Those are always good bots to look at. I think they've been pretty performant. And very terrifying. So.
And chunky.
Yeah,
And Chonky. Is Chonky coming?
it's Chonkeev. So
Chonkeev, sorry. Yeah,
instead
so
of
we got
two
three
eyes,
Robo
it's an I and a
Jackets.
V.
Yeah,
Is it
I like
bigger?
their version naming a lot.
Yeah, it's very fun.
I'm
Also,
excited.
Aries from MIT.
Aries, I'm really excited to see. That robot, you could see last competition was delivering some huge
Oh,
hits.
yeah.
It was fast. With some tuning, that robot is going to be incredible.
Yeah, that's
Potential threat for emulsifier for the title this year, maybe.
I think it could. I think it would stand a pretty good chance.
I would like
Given
to
a few
see
more
that.
iterations, 2 or 3 iterations, and that can go to with emulsifier, I think.
Yeah, I would love to see a potential in the future. Matt Borez versus Ryan Duarte matchup in the future. I think it'd be a good one.
Yeah, and honestly, like I have to throw out there just a shout out because I recently interviewed them, but Emperor with Jillian and Lyndon, I know they're pretty excited to get it back out there. Haven't had the best of luck with it in the past, but you never know. Like you just have that one event, and hopefully it'll do well. So.
If you see me at the Bot Barons pit table, do not be surprised because I will probably be there again helping another one of their robots.
Do you know if Emperor's done a lot of upgrades? I'd love to see it working like 100%.
I believe they are taking the slow upgrade path, mostly just removing a few critical design things. Obviously, with what happened at the last event, Emperor was at eliminating the possibility of that. Making it a little bit redistributing the weight a little bit, making it have a dead shaft. That's a big thing. Because Emperor was a live shaft, right? But that caused a lot of funky issues because live shafts are crazy. So.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't realize such a giant weapon was on a live shaft. That's
Me
kinda
neither. It makes quite the howl when it spins up. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Also, Shufflebot supremacy. Gotta love seeing more shufflers.
Yeah.
At least I think we've got 3 shuffle bots now too, right? Because isn't Circuit a shuffling hammer?
No, Circuit's just a wheeled hammer. So, Ethan brought Circuit to Motorama, where it was in the 30-pound sportsman class, weighing at a mere 17 pounds. Typical Ethan robot. But I believe he's been able to put on some more weight.
That's good.
And speaking of Ethan, he's showing up with Craig. No, Circuit. Circuit. So yeah, Ethan's coming back with a 30. So he'll be there too.
Yeah.
Is Circuit?
Yeah. Yeah, it's spelled
Oh, yeah. Yep.
SERKET. Circuit.
Yep. Forgot it was spelled funny.
Yeah, classic Ethan behavior.
Well, it certainly should be an interesting and competitive field in the 30s. Looking at the 12s, you certainly have quite a few heavy hitters in that as per normal, including Battle Tots. So I don't know, Corey, if you wanna whatever you can talk about as related to Battle Tots. I do know that the number of Battle Tots has grown a little bit.
As far as the amount, I won't give that away, but I'm known for very big spinners. So Kevin and Matt make little spinners. So I made Uppercut, which has a big spinner, even bigger than most 12-pounders. So it's been a fun challenge trying to package 12 pounds worth of vert in a 7.5-pound robot. The cool part about Battle Tots is we're doing the loophole idea, not necessarily loophole with shuffling, maximizing to 6 pounds, but the idea is every single robot weighs exactly 50%. So as long as we're not swapping out more than 50% of the entry, we can have uppercut and bite force one match, bite force and ribot in another match, ribot and uppercut another match. So depending on who we're fighting and what configurations we have to sub in, we'll be able to hopefully be able to dial in the pair to match and meet the weaknesses of the opponent. So it'll be a fun time. I mean, doing multis in general is always fun. Trying to work off of your teammates' energy to try to have a goofy but fun time. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I
Could
see we have Jake coming back with a vengeance as well.
I need to see a redemption arc after last competition.
He's
for
he's
Maximizer.
he's been working out the kinks. No more belt sniping.
Yeah.
I believe he sent little pictures of his little nose that he's got going on.
Yeah.
So like a silent spring type nose guard. So that's where Caldera went through last event. So we'll see how it holds up to more mid cutters.
Plus, Jake's been streaming a bunch. He's been having the Maximizer CAD and chill streams and whatnot, where he watches fights and CADs on it. It's been really cool seeing all the upgrades Maximizer going on to, and eventually makes a 3-pound Maximizer. I'm excited to see what happens with that. I
Oh, he's doing
definitely
a
want to
3?
see Jake succeed this one.
Yeah, we have 3-pound maximizer in the works, but we'll see when he
Cool.
actually sits down and starts to make it become a reality.
We'll see if 3-pound Maximizer can match the high bar 3-pound Verticalizer has set.
That's very true.
Mini Max first Verticalizer grudge at some point. Maybe throw Kitsune in there, throw all the bag bots in there.
Why isn't it just called min max? As in like
Min max.
as in like the way of the algorithm to make
That's good. We might have to get him to name it that.
JMO's back, of course. Another
Psycho's coming
JMO bot.
back.
He's back in all the weight classes, so no one's
He's-
safe.
He's got looks like a wider beater now. I think it's like twice the width or like 1 3/4 the width of the original beater. Oh yeah, it's gonna hit
Really?
like a truck. Yeah,
Yeah, for all the even-12s, I wish you luck.
yeah.
It's hard to bet against JMO winning in any weight class. Like,
It really is.
Yeah, he can always be put in the top 4 at least for
Oh, yeah.
any weight class
yeah.
that he's competing in. So
Fun fact about Psycho, it has at least one win against every bot it's ever fought, and has a tied record against everyone except Brand Plan.
Wow.
wow.
Yeah, that's scary. Let's see. Team Defective back, of course. One of the most well-known
Blue
historic
cheese.
teams. Blue Cheese, and also Void.
Void.
Void by Trevor Summer. So I'm pretty sure, isn't that Zach's friend? One of Zach's friends?
Yeah, one of Zach's friends.
Yeah, I remember him when did he drive Liberation at one point?
No, Liberation is run by Aiden Hill, I believe his last name is. He's registered with his 3-pound this event though.
All right. So yeah, always nice to see what Team Defective pulls out, because they always are a team to watch.
Yeah.
we can't forget about another multi-bot team in Wake and Bake.
Wake and Bake 12.
They're finally debuting. Well, both of them are actually going to be competing in the 12s, Alex and Angel.
It's the perfect competition for it.
Exactly.
It really is. Not a better comp for it. One I really want to talk about, Brandon Bennett Young and Mind Flare.
Yeah, I saw he was signed up with that. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, so I saw it at Moto. I actually had a talk with Brandon. I saw it in the pit. So, you know, Gabriel or Zadkiel from the UK circuit in heavyweights, where it's Gabriel, but with the giant undercutter, or kind of like Wumbo. That's what it's a 12-point version of Wumbo or Zadkiel.
I think it's also like the weapons at a slightly different orientation. So it's
Yeah. The weapon's meant to be facing forward. It's like the plastic game you guys brought to Mass Destruction. It's got a big old spinner on the front. It just processes upwards and then it goes forward. But it's obviously got no stabilizer, so it's incredibly chaotic.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun to watch it tear stuff up. Even the floor, like it's just I worry for the floor.
I don't know if
That
it'll
floor
actually
is-
hit the floor. That's the thing because the blade
No.
sits within the wheels. So
Yeah, I think unless his wheels get chopped, he's clear of the floor.
yeah,
But nobody else is clear of him, that's for sure.
No one's clear of Mind Flayer. He's gonna flay everyone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
plus Brandon's just, let's be honest, he really is like one of the most dialed in, grizzled competitor. Like he's always someone to watch. He's always someone you can bet on. So
Yep.
I have no problem in seeing Brandon go very far.
It looks like we have Amphispina as well. I did he go to a single weapon now?
Looked like
Last I checked, it was a dual drum, still a twin B style dual drum. He brought it
Okay.
to Moto, but then he had struggled getting it working. So Alex just stuck with Compound, which was a 3-pound fusion for Moto.
Mhm.
I haven't really talked to him since. I think he got it working and he should be at full strength for Norwalk. But last I checked, it was still a Twin Beast dual drum on independent
Interesting.
motors.
Then we have Beater v
cool.
Barker, which is a cool robot. I don't know how much you guys know, but Beater v Barker is it's a 12-pound beater, but it has a flywheel internal on the same shaft as the weapon, spinning the other way.
I saw
That
that.
is
It looks
awesome.
so
It's
cool.
incredibly cool. I'm interested to see how it holds
Wait,
up.
I
I
need to
noticed they were
see
having some
pictures of
issues with
this.
bearings on the weapon shaft, because I believe they had thrust ball bearings or something like that doing weird preloads. Very cool concept. There was Drum Zero, I believe, at RIT that was running a very similar thing, and their gyro is basically none. So this will be really cool if they can get this working.
Oh yeah, such a cool feat of engineering and a cool concept, a cool implementation of a flywheel. Yeah, that's awesome.
Did they say how much it like what percentage of gyro cancels? Do we know? Or
I don't think so. But it is. I'm pretty sure it's on a separate weapon motor, so I believe it's adjustable.
yeah.
Honestly, with flywheels like that,
So-
I feel like as long as they cancel more than 30-40%, that gets you kind of the extra edge, that gets you the advantage you need to be able to run so much of a higher tip speed.
I have so many questions about this.
Yeah, they've been pretty open, not pretty open, but they've been posting a good bit in the Discord that you can look at and see what's going on with the flywheel.
Mhm.
William
Um,
Marchese is coming
Yeah,
with his
I was about to
12 killer whale.
highlight Killer Whale. Killer Whale also, I like to refer to it Killer Eel because you can't get a grip on it and it likes to slip away. When it fought Bumbleblitz at the last event, they not a single pin because it just kept the horizontal goes up and it goes over and the wheels just follow and it will not be pinned. So if he gets that weapon system to keep staying up, it'll be quite an interesting robot.
Yeah, when I first saw the design, I didn't understand kind of the advantage of it hinging, but as I've watched the fights, not only does it look really cool, but it can really move, can do some interesting things that other robots aren't prepared for that kind of geometry and those kind of interactions, and it gives it a bit of an advantage.
Yeah.
Does it seem like
I'm not
it's
surprised if we don't see more hinged horizontal spinners kind of like Killer Whale in the future because it is a really cool concept. But I'd definitely like to see more of them implemented in other bots.
I think it's a cool concept. The issue is you're really stress concentrating on that pivot. A
Mhm.
really solid upwards hit. You're really gonna hope that that sustains the hit and stays as one robot. So
Yeah, it's quite the stress riser.
let's not forget Thunderbolt is going to be at this event.
Thunderbolt, yeah.
DJ.
Big ol' Thunderbolt from DJ. Got the big ol' drum. You know the whole spiel. I haven't seen too much of what he's doing to it. As far as I'm aware, it's the same Thunderbolt as last time, but last time Thunderbolt was pretty damn good, so.
you got what, like top 8, top 4?
I believe so. I believe he lost to Blue Marlin in semis.
Okay.
That's
Semis
pretty
or
good.
quarters.
And it's just a beautiful bot. Like DJ posted all
Very
the
pretty.
pictures, like the machine parts with the chassis. Beautiful machine work. It's such a nice looking bot. Such a work
Oh, yeah.
part.
And then Baby Grim, he's coming back from. Is he from overseas? He's from overseas, right?
I'm not
Yash.
sure.
Team Phoenix. He was 2-wheel drive, like single steel vert. I don't remember what. I
Don't
he's
think
from
I've
the
personally
PC.
seen Baby Grim.
I have not seen Baby Grim either.
Grim Reaper. That's what.
I was also thinking of Grim Reaper.
Yeah, I was also thought Grim Reaper, honestly.
Oh no, he's from New York University. That was my mistake.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, 12s could be interesting as well. Now, the obviously the last big thing I want to talk about is the threes. So we can talk about the beetle weights and why Clyde is going to win the whole thing.
I wouldn't get a mystery
If they
machine.
can-
That's all I'm saying.
If they can overcome the washroom machine shop.
Yeah. No, Clyde is. We're doing a lot of cool upgrades on Clyde. A lot of it's really hard because I'm working with my twin brother Alex, and neither of us are aerospace majors. But so many of the engineering problems we're having to deal with as we're trying to upgrade Clyde and bring it to kind of the state that Dutch Oven is, where it's got this ridiculous engineering behind it, requires all this aerospace background. So we're doing things like we've recently been making our own fans. So I have here on my desk this
Hang on,
prototype burner.
Slow down. Introduce the fans in the first place.
Yes. So we're a lot of flamethrowers that we've seen in the past. Pretty much they don't really have fans inside of them. So Clyde in the past has been it's called a Venturi burner, where it uses kind of high pressure fuel to pull in outside air to mix. And if you get a better fuel air mixture, you're gonna have a hotter burn. Something like Dutch Oven uses these fans on the inside of their robot that pull in all this extra air and make a much hotter flame. We've tried to implement this on Clyde in the past. It hasn't been so successful. We're really hoping to get a version with fans that work in this upcoming competition. So we've got a prototype burner that I can show off here. Basically, it's got flame comes out the front here, and then it's got fans on either side. These little guys that'll pull in the air. And we've actually been machining our own aluminum fan blades for it. This one's partway made. Because we tend to melt our own aluminum fan or our own plastic fan blades in testing, which is good and bad. It means our fire is pretty hot. Also means fire's going out the wrong end of the robot sometimes. So I definitely would expect to see Clyde torching a lot of robots, and I think the most likely failure mode of Clyde is a big hit and it just lighting itself on fire. I would love to see Clyde going pretty far in the bracket and then exploding. I think that's pretty likely. There's so many new things we're trying out here, but yeah, really trying to bring Clyde to that next level.
I think no matter where you exit the bracket, as long as it's with an explosion, you've won.
Absolutely.
Someone
Even if you just instantly explode in first fight.
Still a win.
something blew up. Can't complain.
It's always a
we've
fun day when
got-
something blows up.
We've got Blackbird
sure.
coming back, driven by
Arya.
Arya.
His daughter.
The sticks have finally been handed over for the big boy.
Yeah,
for the big bot.
she's a killer driver in the 1 pound, so it'll be exciting to see what she can do in a 3 pound form factor.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
For
she's
sure.
top 5 in maker battles. I think she's
Wow.
top 5, top 6. She's one of the highest ranked bots over at maker battle. She always does well, and it's basically it's similar to Blackbird on a 1 pound scale. It's a fingertip beater bar, and she's done really well. So it's pretty much the same design, so it should transfer over really well on the 3 pounders. And I think she's going to be one to watch.
And Blackbird's a durable robot. That's not a robot
Oh,
that
yeah.
robot goes 3 minutes every fight. Like
Absolutely.
it doesn't.
And it
die.
hits like a beast. Like,
Yeah, Tony's been refining that robot for pretty much as long as I've been. Him and we've been in the sport for a while now, and he's used the same robot, so he's been able to make those small, fine adjustments to make it even more durable every single time. So it's a really, really solid robot.
yeah, so
Absolutely.
fun fact about Blackbird, it's been competing since I want to say 2019, 2020. So that's about 4 to 5 years.
It's been competing since 2015, but it competed at places before Norwalk.
That makes sense. So yeah, one of the most historic bots when it comes to bots at Norwalk.
I mean, it's no Silent Spring that's been competing since 2005, but it's been around.
I'd still say it's up there. Definitely one of the most well known.
Is Blackbird older than Arya? That might be the case.
It might be. Unsure. I think I also want to talk about a few of our team's bots. Obviously WPI, we've got a billion bots coming, same deal. We've got a few new bots coming. Chaos Upright. They were at the last event, but unfortunately couldn't make it through safety, I believe. But long story short, if you think you've seen a big vert, think again. Is the best way to describe that robot.
That's a bold thing to say with Corey in the room.
That is a bold thing to say with Corey in the room, but I'm pretty sure that we've got some competition up here. I'm not sure, but it's wider than some of the beetle. The blade, if you take it like this and lay it down, it's wider than some of the beetles coming from our club. So
I think it's somewhere between like 10 to 12 inches. It's ridiculous.
Pretty big.
Nice.
It's obviously, it's got a little extra weight in there for the shufflers. So
also I'll have to fight it with synthetics.
Yep. Obviously we have Clyde, big new upgrades there. Double stuffed. They're back from 4 or 5 event hiatus. Big ol' ring spinner. The drill.
Fully
big ol' ring
defined.
spinner. Yeah, we got fully defined coming back. Fully defined. I'm bringing Red Panda. I'm putting a new blade on that will give me more weight for the rest of my robots, so I can actually make configurations that have weight to do things with them. We have Rhino, who was at the last event, debuted, did pretty good.
That was
Unfortunately,
really nice
his second fight, also known as his first bracket fight, was me, and I took him out of the bracket. So I hope to see where he can go with a less dark path. And then finally we have Who Cares from Heil.
Yeah, Kyle.
It keeps getting censored by the blur background. Or there's a ton of alternate names to Who Cares that many people have come up with. Someone said this looks like a combine harvester with 4 blades. I like to call it legally distinct, fully defined, because, well, yeah, because, well, TPU wide boy.
I like the drum on it. It kind of reminds you of like, I don't know if you remember Harvester was made by Hunter Brothers a long time ago, or Pain Train, like season 1 Pain Train, or the original Pain Train, where it had the stacked weapon drum, or maybe switchback. I really like what you do with the drum there.
So
we need more stacked drums, honestly. They're just such a cool thing to watch.
So the design originally came from so basically I like drum. I was like, I like drums because I made drum, also known as the most common plastic antweight ever, at least from what I've seen. And so I was like, I want to build a drum. But then I said, machining's not fun. I don't want to machine. And so thus the plate stack. Except you can't make a full plate stack. You can't make a full plate stack because like weight. And so I kind of came up with looking at a Peter bar and said, what if there was 4? And I also have a config planned for 5. As soon as Connor prints some spacers, I'll have a config for 5 blades because more is more,
More better.
Yeah.
Bigger is better.
Yippee is back.
Ooh.
Yippee is so much fun.
Yippee is back. The bot Varens, Jillian and Lyndon bought Yippee, so they're running that along with Emperor. So we've got big robots back in the competition this event.
One that must be talked about, and I mean must be talked about. Event Horizon.
Yes.
Oh my god, that thing is amazing.
It's such an incredible piece of engineering.
Absolute terrifying robot. Landed a 12-second knockout on me when I fought them.
So fought by teammate Johan as well. In Newbots, it was Singularity. Yeah, that thing is a beast. When I fought Chainsaw K created I believe it cut through the first layer of Alexa into the wall when Kitty hit it. Like I saw the pictures, those were some deep gouges in the wall. That thing it's like a nuke goes off in the arena every time it gets hit.
Cage
Honestly-
8 is now a Brett experience cage because of them.
Yeah. And Event Horizon has got to be like in the top 3 most entertaining robots to watch. Like, especially in person, the fights are just insane.
I
And a
haven't
great
seen
team,
much of
too.
Event Horizon, but I do know just being told how wide it is, and then taking a set of calipers to my robot, and I'm realizing that it could fit underneath the drum for somehow. Which
Their entire robot's only 20 to 30 millimeters tall, which is
It's razor
incredible.
thin. It's like how do they do like how do they fit everything in there? I'll never know. It's beautiful engineering, great engineering, really smart team.
Oh,
I
they
think they're
yeah.
gonna be one to watch for sure. I
They
don't want to
even, like,
fight them.
cut and heat treated their own blade. That requires like some serious like materials engineering knowledge to have the confidence to do that heat treating yourself. It's really impressive. It's not just design and mechanical engineering, but materials engineering behind that too.
Oh, we need to talk about Mystery Machine, Corey.
Corey,
Can't let that one slide under the radar.
Mhm.
Well, let's see. It is powered and driven by the great minds of Corey Nason and Zachary Knight. Zachary Knight is a multi-golden dumpster winner, so you know he knows what he's doing. And then I have me. We're taking the aspects of each of our main robots, Synthesis and Prometa, Prom3ta, and we're taking what works. Prom3ta is a very, very hard-hitting robot, and the geometry of Synthesis gives it a large amount of bite. So we're combining weapon systems, and what would be even scarier than just one of us in there? So there's going to be 2 of us. So they're 2 multibots, 2 true multibots. So 2 pounds each. They're going to be really, really fast, hard hitting, very, very durable. I took one of the chassis and I actually ran it over with my car to see how durable it was, and I can still use it. So I'm very excited. It should be very, very fun. The one issue is I know both Zach and I would like to be consistently on the opponent, so we have to make sure we're not on each other. So be ready for 2 robots that
yeah,
should.
the fear of the power of Prometa, Prom3ta mixed with Corey is just terrifying because obviously you've seen what Synthesis does, and I've seen firsthand what Prom3 does. I fought it twice. I actually just got done fighting at Moto because I have for example, you see this panel, the batteries sit here. This whole section of carbon fiber, about 3 millimeters thick, completely removed. He ripped a giant hole in the battery. I'm surprised the bot didn't blow up in the box at Moto. So 3ta is terrifying plus Gory. That's gonna be a dangerous combo.
So basically, it's just 2 syntheses in the arena. So have
What do
fun.
you are they synthesis, synthesi, synthesi? What do you call plural synthesis?
Synthesi. Oh wait.
Synthesi?
We'll see what the audience is cheering. So we'll call them that.
That's terrifying. Multibots are definitely a weakness for Clyde. So is Synthesis. 2 synthesises is that's a recipe to explode.
And
Yeah.
I have a bone to pick with Ian. I fought him. He beat me. So now
Oh.
I need to beat him.
Big
Yeah,
wide
Watch out,
vert.
Ethan. This is your
Big wide
warning.
vert.
He's got a lot of upgrades. His weapon is going to be delivering some huge hits, I think. But we'll see how well it can hold up against 2 syntheses.
I will say that fully defined synthesis fight was the most hype thing ever. And the sad part is I cannot find any footage of it because the link in the on the NHRL wiki is kind of broken.
Yeah.
More robots. We got Silent X again. JMO in all the weight classes. Obviously he didn't have the best of time last event, but I'm pretty sure he's either reverted his changes or got them worked out. So that'll be quite the contender as well, depending on which Silent X he brings. And then Daniel, you'll be familiar with this one, Pretty Fly. I don't know how much Tim has revealed, but
I'm excited about Pretty Fly. I'm not going to give any details. Tim has been very vocal with me about this. I'm sure he's talked to whoever in this as well. It's very, very exciting, and it's Pretty Fly.
Yeah, when Tim was on this podcast and first talked about the idea of Pretty Fly, I think he might have shown something off at that time. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm really excited about that one since the first time he talked about it, because I'm like, ooh, this is something different than Chubby Unicorn. So
all I can say is if you have any questions, just message Tim. Most likely he's going to say, yeah, here's a picture of it. So
Tim's a very open guy.
Pretty Fly for a white guy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Tim try something new. I mean, obviously Tim's one of the scariest drivers in the Beetle class. So seeing him try something new, who knows what's gonna happen? I'm excited to see what Tim's gonna do.
I know when I fought Tim, when his weapon went down, he actually ran over and was standing next to me, and he was like, "Let's get a big roof shot." So it was kind of it was very, very on par with his character to try to put on a good show.
That's his
Hopefully he's also bringing Chub, because I have a vendetta against him after my first NHRL.
I still think that Chubby Unicorn is one of my favorite robots in all of NHRL, because I remember he showed it to me and was like, that entire robot is made of just flat cut parts and 3D printing, which blew me away, because I was under the impression that in order to get far, you need to machine.
That's not true.
Yeah, the design for manufacturability there is really impressive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
One that I think, Corey, you should elaborate on: the Team Panda bots, Hodor, IDK WTF. What you got there, Corey?
Well, no, let's finish up on Chubby, and then we can go to the Panda bots. Let's not cut Tim. I find Tim in high regard, so let's not cut him off. I think the way that he manufactures his robot is very smart. Chubby is a great robot. It's very, because I think it's because it's a white robot, it's not as menacing, but when it's ripping you apart and it has rainbows on it and Tim is smiling, it's very hard to get angry during that match. So
Yeah, his chassis design's incredible. I believe one of his chassis costs roughly $9 of material, and it's all just 2D parts.
Really?
It's all white HDPE, and just incredibly cheap, incredibly DFM'd. And you could just throw them out with little care because they're $9 a piece.
yeah, that was the
still
big
deals-
thing for him.
It's so effective. It deals such huge hits. It's durable. Yeah.
Fun fact, it's all cut on our school CNC, which is inside of our library. Like, we don't have a machine shop. That's where I'm now. Like, it's because we don't have an engineering department yet, so we kind of are the engineering department. So we're figuring that out now. And
CNC mill is definitely a little loud for a library.
Yeah, you don't say. Especially when you've got someone cutting titanium on it.
That's unconsented.
Why don't you tell us more about the Brandy spots? Like, there's a few coming. Why don't you talk about some of the other ones? I know we got.
All right, hold on. Now we're gonna cut back. Team Panda, Hodor. I know Ariel's super excited about Hodor. She does have a couple upgrades. I know that much. I don't know what she's posted, so I'm not going to spoil that. But it's her dive into a non-kinetic robot. I think she found that it's with the kinetic energy weapon. It's okay. I have a chance. I'm not on the back foot. With the control bot, you're kind of already playing against your odds. So if you can win, it's that much more of a reward. But I think she's having fun doing it and finding what works. I I know IDK. I know Kevin is super excited about that one because I believe he's taking what he learned from Omnius and putting it into IDK. I believe he's very public with his design, so I know he posted a picture of it. So I think he's combining what he likes of each, and I believe Fallout. I believe he's on the wait list though, but he's kind of towards the middle, so Matt's kind of not feeling that he'll get in, but we'll see. Because I mean, there's always been a large amount of drops like the week of, so
You never know with the wait
Yeah, you
list.
never know.
Yeah.
exactly.
Waitlist is always roll of the dice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can cut to the dicey bots.
Yeah, this is we're taking a club trip for this one. First up, I'm just going down alphabetically. First up, Drumblebee is, yeah, Vincent's. It was based on Fingertech Beater Bar. He's added like 1/4-inch AR knuckles to it, and then kind of designed the bot around that. And so far, it's proven super durable. He's made a couple upgrades for this one. I'm excited to see it.
I'm also glad to see what Drumblebee did, because I actually remember with either his second or first event, like we actually had a match. It was relatively fast, hit pretty hard. It was looking really good. I'm actually really excited to see what he does with Drumblebee, because definitely a good bot to watch.
Mhm.
Wish him the best.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. Vincent's a very talented builder. Very good at putting things together like this. So excited to see. Next is Cricket. Cricket and overhead spinner. We kind of end up doing like one of everything in this club with bots. And I wish we had consolidated around a design, but we all wanted to do different things. Cricket's an overhead spinner. It's switching. I'm gonna talk about it. Mason was my roommate last year, actually. Fun fact. He's making a gear drive instead of belt drive and fixing the drive system. So last time it kind of had issues with everything, and I think it's going to at least improve in pretty much every way. So I'm excited to see that one. If you guys have seen, speaking of ring spinners, we talked about Event Horizon. Mooncake is coming back, which, yeah, that
Oh, yeah, I remember Mooncake. I actually know the guy who built Mooncake a lot. I've seen him at Jersey events, I believe, where he has his plants. And we've fought when he had First Law, I believe. That was it. Yes. Great guy. I've seen Mooncake. Christine, you fought Mooncake.
I
You can
did.
talk more than anyone. You fought him with Poison Apple.
No, I fought Mooncake with Naga.
Oh, Naga. There we go. So, why don't you tell us more about a little bit about Mooncake? You fought before.
I mean,
Very
it was a fun fight. I've never been more excited to flip a robot as many times as possible. And honestly, that's the only trophy piece that I have from any fight that I've done, is a piece of Mooncake. So, but I'm excited to see, the continued iteration on that bot.
that thing's durable. It's gone the full 3 minutes with a couple of people now. It had a fight against Brute, I think also in May, maybe. Or it might have been March of last year, where it just kind of got hit into the air for 3 minutes and was fine afterwards. Like was
Impressive.
still moving. But yeah.
I also
Ring
just like seeing
spinners
more
really
ring
just be built like a
spinners.
brick.
I just love ring spinners. I wish we'd get more ring spinners. So anytime I see a ring spinner, I'm happy.
He's got some. Last I heard, Nathan was gonna. I know he's got like some like mooncake theming on it. I'm not sure if
Is he
he
bringing mooncakes?
Yeah.
He is.
did last time. He brought some for us.
Yes.
Nice.
They're delicious.
They are quite good.
I think he would. I'll have to ask him, but or you can see this episode and he can tell me that. So yeah. And then yeah, Pretty Fly we talked about. That's Tim's philosophy is he likes seeing bots hit the ceiling. And so that was his goal at Chubby Unicorn. That's still his goal. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, I think it's my bot woodpecker, which, as I mentioned, not doing the hottest right now. This is version 2, so it is, I think, better in every way than the other one. It is a drill bot, so it's the goal. You've probably seen Kakota's Power Friendship drill bot, which overhead drill bot. I think that's probably the correct solution. However, I'm doing it the wrong way because it's fun, which is a sideways drill. And so it's basically a drill, like I put a screw on a worm gear, like a self-tapping screw on a worm gear, that when I spin the motor forwards, the worm gear will move forwards and it will start drilling. And ideally, I can get into someone's wheel guard or someone's front, and we'll see how well it does. But unfortunately, I tried to design it to be very wide, but it is less wide than Clyde and fully defined. So
I feel like you could probably get into some TPU wide boys with that.
Yeah, totally.
Where you get to the back, just some UHMW backs, try and get to the battery, because usually that's where most batteries are.
Yeah, I'll tell you
So
this
that's
much.
like a
Black Frost
If you drill into the back plate of my robot, there's about 0.1 inch of TPU before you hit some greasy electronics. So
I actually have some holes in the back because, like, some people do speed holes. See, I have some speed holes in the back. Battery sits right here. You can go right in and you can take out the battery.
wow,
That's great, Chris.
I hope
Some people also have holes in the back where you can just maybe get into a battery, or just thin backs in general.
Yeah.
Just pin them, trying to get to the back.
The goal is for it to be a control bot first anyway. So if I can just get to the back of people, I put like a ton of weight into the drive system, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get around or behind people. And I hadn't thought of just like, I forgot that people cut speed holes into things. So yeah, that is a good point. I could just kind of aim for the speed hole and hope for the best.
convince them that they're overweight before every match. Be like Corey, gaslight them into drilling speed holes in their battery location every match, and that way you'll have an in.
This is actually 2-pound competition, guys. Wait, you thought it was 3 pounds? Yeah, so we'll see how that does. Also,
Yeah.
I googly eyes on.
Googly eyes.
are good.
Oh my god.
Trying to go all
Clyde has like if what from what I remember being told, Clyde has like dedicated weight for googly eyes
Yeah.
in the spreadsheet.
Clyde
And
is getting
so-
a significant amount of googly eye upgrades.
And then
This is
It
good.
will melt off each match. It's gonna look pretty creepy. Probably.
and then either Gabe or Alex went up to me and was like, "Hey, we bought googly eyes, but because Amazon, we bought 100 googly eyes. Do you want some?" And I'm like,
Oh yeah.
"Sure." I need to figure out how to mount them.
It is
It's
disposable.
like-
We've got a lot.
Ooh, I might also
'cause,
want some
like,
of those googly eyes.
Because like if you have like prey eyes, if it's on the sides, or you can have like predator eyes if they're like on the front like this. But that looks a bit weird, you know?
It makes you look almost more like prey than the prey eyes do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I can put them on the ears, but then it's like then they're like looking down. It's like looking down, and it's kind of sad.
Or it's looking down at the opponent it's about to eat.
That's true.
Yeah, that's another way to think of it.
Yeah, for sure. Now of those that are here, that I'll make sure that we touch on Power Surge too, because I mean, Chris, I know that you don't have Redline this time, but Redline, at least in January, surprised even you by beating Division and actually doing pretty well. So what do you expect out of Power Surge 2 for this next event?
Well, for this event, obviously I got Power Surge 2 right here, fresh from its fight from Moto, nice and detailed up, but this might not be the version you see at Norwalk this time. So I've been recently going to CAD and I've been trying to move away from the kit chassis. So I've been going around asking people for help. So Corey, Lars, my teammate Lars, David Small, some people from the Shrek guys like Evan, Kennedy, and I've catted up a new version. It's heavily inspired from Puka, which is, David Smallbot over in Arizona. And I really wanted to just try a bunch of new things, try and make it a fully custom bot this time. So I took a lot of the stuff that Redline uses. So drive systems, it's going back to brushless drive, weapon system, everything that was good on Redline, I'm switching over into Power Surge because I really liked what I did. I really liked its consistency. And for the future, it makes good repair times and good for parts line. So let's say something gets damaged, they run the same parts. So it's easy swaps back and forth. And biggest thing is it's going to be a lot faster because I'm going from a 4S, it's going to a 6S now. So basically this massive beater that hits really hard, yeah, this thing's gonna be spinning way faster. And the drive repeat maxes drive really fast on a 4S. So repeat maxes on a 6S, yeah, that thing's gonna be going back and forth like if you blink, it's on the other side of the box, hopefully. It's gonna be just pure aggression. It's going to be more aggressive, more fast, and just more power. We'll see what happens.
Exactly. That will be certainly interesting to see. Now, I know with the number of beetles there are, we could probably talk about beetles for just like an hour in itself. But I do have to give a shout out to Frank, who I see is coming back for this next event. And I mean, Frank tries really hard. And I just, I want to see him move his little legs across the box, and do what he can.
I'm pretty sure Frank survived the Rumble at a RIT, survived that chaoticness.
I protected
might have had a
him.
few dents.
I protected Frank. I made sure no one hit him.
They thought Frank was on fire because his little blinky lights looked like a fire during the middle of the match at the Rumble.
No, that was Kokoda who went on fire.
But they thought Frank was on fire because of his lights.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, I am the reason Kiko was on fire.
Friendly fire.
You have a history now, Jaaron, of weird upside down hits on people.
I do have a history of weird upside down hits. For the hit off of Kikota's battery, I tried cutting the ears off my robot for the first time to pull my weapon across the ground instead of driving into the wall. And the first time it self-righted was it pulled itself across the ground into the battery and flipped over, setting his battery on fire. So
that's a pretty perfect self-right, one where you also explode your opponent's battery.
Yeah, a 2-for-1 special.
That is excellent. Well, there is a lot to be excited about for this event. I mean, I can't wait. I don't think, I mean, I feel this way about every event, but I think there's a lot of just really great robots, heavy hitters. I think that it's going to be a challenge for whoever gets to the end of this one. But I wish you all the best of luck, and I thank you for coming on, talking about your bots, and getting everyone hyped up for this event. So for everyone who's watching, please make sure that you like, subscribe, all of that stuff. Make sure that you don't forget that I have offered a full ant weight kit if I reach 1,000 subscribers by May 1st. So we still have some time to get on that. Please hit that subscribe button. Somebody's going to want this ant weight kit. And so, yes. And, also my other giveaway, which will be ending on April 20th. That's when I'll actually do the drawing. Lots of bot parts that are going to be out there. So, like Kablooey Tango parts, Caldera parts. I mean, just really good stuff. So please make sure that you enter that if you haven't already, and we'll see everyone next time on the show.